Welcome to the NASCAR Racing Experience. We are excited to have you joining us today for the drivers' meeting and appreciate your business. NASCAR Racing Experience mission statement is to offer the most professional and technically advanced racing experience in the world, and to bridge the gap between fantasy and reality in this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Get ready for the most realistic and authentic racing experience in the world. Woo! Your life is about to change forever. At this time, we ask that you turn off all cell phones. Cell phones can distract you and others while learning about this amazing experience you're about to be a part of. Please pay close attention to the video as it will help you achieve top speeds and best performance. Thanks everyone for turning off your cell phones. Before we get this going, let's be sure everyone is prepped and ready to go. Every driver here in the drivers' meeting should have a racing suit and a lanyard. Please be sure your racing suit is zipped up and fits you. The lanyard should have your name on it and must be worn over your racing suit at all times. Now that you're suited and ready to race, let me introduce you to Ralph Shaheen with Speed Sport News.
Hi everybody, it's Ralph Shaheen from Speed Sport, here to welcome you to the NASCAR Racing Experience. Speed Sport is America's motorsports authority. We are the leaders in racing news, information, and entertainment. So after you climb out of your racer, be sure to check out Speed Sport by following us on social media or visiting us at speedsport.com. Now, before we get you strapped into a race car and turn you loose on the track, we need to get you up to speed on how we run our program. First and foremost, we want you to be safe at all times. Everything we are about to cover will prepare you to drive your race car at your top speed. The more laps you drive, the more comfortable you will feel in the race car. After your driver's meeting, your crew chief will take you out to pit road, to our driver prep area. The pit road coordinator will call each driver to the helmet cart when it is their turn to drive. Once your name is called, you will want to report to the helmet cart on the driver's side. Some of you may have never worn a racing helmet before. These helmets are supposed to fit tight and secure around your head. If your helmet is too loose, make sure to tell the helmet handler so that we can get you fitted correctly. Once your helmet is on, we will assign you to a race car according to size. Remember, these are real race cars and the seats are fixed mounted, so the car assignment will be executed by your height and weight. Now let's go to Chris for the in-car safety.
Now let's start with getting into the race car. Remember, these cars do not have doors and we will help you get through the window.
Let's start with climbing into the race car. Remember, these cars do not have doors, so we will help you properly get through the window area of the car. Put your right leg up, then your left. Once sitting on the door, you want to slide your feet in towards the dash and pedals. Put both of your arms into the window and sit back into the seat. Number 1, 5-point safety harness. This is your seat belt, which holds you into the seat tightly and secure. Once you're loaded into the race car, you will be buckled in tightly with the 5-point safety harness like this. You actually should be comfortably uncomfortable. Here's a rule for you. You are to remain in your race car at all times, unless instructed to get out by your personal racing instructor. In case of an emergency and you need to get out of the race car, here is how the 5-point harness works.
In case of an emergency where your personal racing instructor instructs you to get out of the race car, this is what you do. To remove the steering wheel, you will press the quick release as you pull the steering wheel towards you to remove from the steering column. And then to release the seat belts, pull on this tab, and that will undo the latch for the 5-point safety harness.
Number 2, the steering wheel. This is your steering wheel. It is different than what you have in a regular street car. After you are buckled in, the steering wheel will be put on. There are 2 people who will check the security of the wheel, your buckler and you. Here's a rule for you. You are never to release the steering wheel or remove it for any reason, unless you are told to do so by your instructor. In the event you need to get out of the race car and remove the steering wheel, This is what you need to do. Pull on the release in order to unlock the steering wheel, and simultaneously pull the steering wheel towards you to remove the steering shaft. Number 3, push to talk button. This is your push to talk button. This is used for our exclusive Racing Electronics in-car radio communication system for you and your personal racing instructor to communicate.
Here we go, car's up and running. We're going to take it up to 2,000 RPM, slowly let you fill off the clutch, and let's head down pit road. Nathan, you are ready to go, buddy.
When your instructor asks you a question, you acknowledge him by pressing the button, wait about a half a second, and say 10-4. It is very important that you use the push to talk button and respond every time that your instructor talks to you.
All right, Stacy, my name is Buddy. I'll be your instructor. Got a copy.
This is how we figure out if we have lost radio contact with anyone. The only way that we can run this program in a safe manner is by keeping the radio communication at all times. Number 4, the window net. The window net has the exact same latch as the safety belts. The only difference is the window net has a rod in the back that gets put into a slot in the window. To get out, just release the latch, keep the top of the net level, and slide forward to get the rod out. You will then be able to exit the car. Number 5, the pedals. They are set up just like any street car you have driven: clutch, brake, and gas. Make sure you give a brake check on the apron of the backstretch when coming back to pit road. They are great big race car brakes and work wonderful. Just keep in mind, you have to press the pedal harder than you would in your street car. Now that we have gone over the in-car safety with you, we are going to talk about getting you ready for your on-track experience. Before sending you out on the track, your pit road crew member will give you one final check. During your racing session, you will have constant communication with your personal racing instructor through our exclusive Racing Electronics two-way radio system.
That's great, Adam. That's a perfect line right there, buddy. Keep it up.
These are the same systems that your favorite driver uses on race day to talk to their crew chief.
There you go. That was a perfect line right there. That was great, Adam. Good job, buddy.
Remember, listen to your personal racing instructor closely, as they will keep you safe and help you run the fastest line out here today. Your personal racing instructor will be on the radio with you the entire time during your racing experience.
There you go. Hit your mark. Nice and smooth. Looking good.
He is there to keep you safe, give you instruction, and help you get up to speed. Be sure to listen to your personal racing instructor's directions and have a great experience.
Here's a map of the Speedway. We realize that most of you have never been inside of the racetrack, and most likely never driven on a racetrack. So let's cover some important areas of the racetrack before you drive it. Pit road. This is where you'll get loaded in and out of the race car. Backstretch. We referred to this a couple times in the driver's meeting. This is the backstretch of the Speedway. And then there's the turns. Turns 1 through 4. This is turn 1 of the Speedway. Here's turn 2, turn 3, and turn 4. The apron. This is not used for cooking, and this is not a cooking class. The apron. We will discuss when to stay off of the apron and when to get on the apron. And finally, the start-finish line. This is where the winners are determined at the end of the race, where you see your favorite drivers take the checkered flag. Today, it will be you crossing the start-finish line. Are y'all ready to get on the track?
When you are cleared to take the track,
Here we go. Car's up and running. We're going to take it up to 2,000 RPM. Slowly let you fill off the clutch, and let's head down pit road. Nathan, you are ready to go, buddy.
the car will already be in first gear. Press the gas pedal lightly. Easy does it. It only takes about 1,200 RPMs to get your car rolling. Slowly release the clutch at the same time and take off slowly. No burnouts. On your way down pit road, you want to shift at every 3,000 RPMs. To shift into second gear, press the clutch with your left foot and pull the gear shifter straight down. As you increase your speed, you will shift into third gear, which is up and to the right. Then into fourth gear, which is all the way to the right and back. These transmissions are 4 speeds, H-pattern transmissions.
Stay on the apron to the left of the double yellow line until you hear your instructor clears you onto the racing surface. What is the apron? The apron is the lane at the bottom of the racetrack below the white or yellow line. This lane is referred to as the apron and is where the cars enter and exit the racetrack. Once you have received clearance from your instructor, blend on to the right of the double yellow line and center the car between the yellow line and the outside wall. Now you're all set. You will complete the racing experience in fourth gear. No more shifting until the very end of your session when you return to pit road. When you enter turn 1, you will see the double yellow line. You'll want to position your car 5 feet above the yellow line at the bottom of the track. Do not let your car touch the yellow line. The yellow line is what separates the racetrack and the apron. The transition of the banking to the flat apron will upset the car and you will wreck. Through the turns, you should never be higher than 5 feet above the yellow line. Our ride cars run on the high line and you will need to give them enough room to pass safely. As you enter the backstretch, you will want to position the car on top of the black seam in the pavement. This will put you about 10 feet off of the outside wall. Follow this seam all the way down through the backstretch. Turns 3 and 4 are just like turns 1 and 2. Keep the race car 5 feet above the yellow line. At the exit of turn 4, let the car blend up to position yourself in the center of the racetrack between the yellow line and the outside wall. Make sure to hold a constant throttle all the way around the track. Trust your race car. These are the same race cars driven in competition by some of the biggest stars. We'll be running a progressive RPM today. As long as you are running the correct racing line around the track and listening to your instructor's instructions, we are going to increase your RPMs by 200 RPM per lap. Once you reach the rev limiter, you will hear that we refer to it as the chip. Once you hear the chip, you want to lift your big toe off the gas just enough to run below the rev chip. Do not drive the entire lap hitting the rev chip, or it will slow you down. Your fastest times will be just under the rev chip. Do not ride the rev chip all the way around the track. Once you hit the chip, back off with your big toe. If you ride the chip all the way around the racetrack, this will result in pulling you off the track and forfeiting your experience. Once you get up to speed, you will feel the car settle in and hug the corners. Again, keep a constant throttle all the way around the track. These cars are made for speed and to turn left. For that reason, you can keep a constant speed through the corners. That's right, no lifting off the gas while going into the corners. You will be on the track with other students and ride cars. If you come up on a slower car, your instructor will tell you to maintain a 4-car length distance between you and the slower car ahead. Passing is allowed, but only on the straightaways, and only once you have received clearance by your personal racing instructor. If you come up on a slower car entering the corner, you are to maintain a 4-car length gap until your instructor gives you the clearance to pass. At the straightaway, the slower car is to go low, and you are to pass them on the outside, which is the right side. All passing is done on the outside or the right of the slower car. Remember, never initiate your own pass and always pass to the right. All passing should be completed before entering the next corner. There will also be our professional drivers giving ride-alongs at the same time as your racing session today. If you are being passed, your instructor will tell you there's a faster car approaching. Remember, your instructor is your spotter as well. So keep your eyes looking through the windshield and trust your instructor to look behind the car for you. Do not look in the rear view mirror. Your instructor will instruct you to go low, slightly, and smoothly bring the car to the left, about one groove, to allow room for the faster car to complete the pass. When your timed racing session has come to a close, your instructor will tell you it's your checkered flag as you come across the start-finish line for the final time.
This is going to be your checker flag. Checker flag. Stay in the gas pedal. Stay in the gas pedal. We'll slow you down. We'll slow you down coming out of turn 2. Just stay in the gas pedal.
Stay in the gas and run your normal line the rest of the way down the front stretch and through turns 1 and 2. As you exit turn 2, lift your foot off the gas pedal and slowly roll out of the throttle, bringing the car down next to the double yellow line. As you reach the middle of the back stretch, cross over the yellow line and stay between the double yellow line and the orange cones to the left of the car. Do not cross over between the cones. Make sure that you have reached the back stretch before crossing over the yellow line and making a slow blend back onto the apron. Remember, never cross the yellow line while you are on the banking or it will upset the car. Your personal racing instructor will talk you through it. Make sure you are clear to head down onto the apron.
Slow down, get your foot off the gas pedal, get your foot off the gas pedal. Tap your brakes.
Once on the apron, follow the apron all the way through turns 3 and 4. As you exit turn 4, be sure to stay between the cones and the yellow line. Do not go back onto the racing surface as other race cars will be on the surface at speed. I want you to give me a brake check as you exit turn 4 on the apron and follow this lane back to pit road.
Once you reach pit road, stay to the left of the grass, in the middle of pit road. Look ahead for your buckler to be waving you back into the lane you took off from.
Adam, shift that car to neutral halfway down, and you're going to coast through your buckler in lane 4. That's the far lane against the grass.
Once you reach the shift into neutral sign, shift into neutral. Neutral is in the middle of the H-pattern shifter. You will be shifting out of 4th gear, so just bump the shifter forward and wiggle it back and forth so that you know you are in neutral. Coast the rest of the way forward to your buckler with your foot near the brake pedal, the pedal in the middle, and slowly coast towards the buckler, waving you in, using the brake to slow the car down. Remember to keep a constant throttle and listen to your instructor. They are there to keep you safe and help you go fast.
Did a good job out there. Good job. Appreciate you coming out.
Speaking of fast, the more driving time you have, the faster you can go. Top speeds vary depending on the experience purchased, the speedway you're driving on, track conditions, and your individual driving performance.
Now that we have learned about your on-track experience and radio communication, let's go over what to do in the case of losing radio communication. As you know, your personal racing instructor is on the radio with you for your entire on-track experience. He is there to keep you safe.
Driver, you will be in constant communication with your personal racing instructor. If you don't hear your instructor for an entire lap, there is a problem. You lost radio communication. At this point, you must bring the car back to pit road. You must let off the gas and blend onto the apron on the backstretch to enter pit road. When you enter pit road, slow down and look for your buckler waving you in.
Safety is our #1 priority. To ensure that you have the best, safest experience possible, everyone must follow these safety rules. On pit road, do not cross pit wall unless being loaded into a race car by a crew member. Do not sit on pit wall. There are chairs set up for friends and family to sit and observe. No smoking on pit road or in the race cars. Smoking is permitted in designated smoking areas only. Do not leave children unattended. Children must be supervised by an adult at all times. No alcoholic beverages allowed. Any crew member has the ability to keep you from driving. If there is any evidence that you are under the influence, of drugs or alcohol. On the track, no cameras are allowed inside the race car or on pit road. No open-toed shoes or cowboy boots. No burnouts. Stay buckled in the car at all times. Do not get out of the car for any reason, unless told to do so by a crew member. Pay attention. Pay attention to your surroundings at all times. Do not ride the rev chip all of the way around the track. Once you hit the chip, back off with your big toe. If you ride the chip all the way around the track, this will result in pulling you off of the racetrack and forfeiting your experience. Follow racing instructors' directions. You must follow your personal racing instructor's directions at all times. Careless and/or reckless driving will result in pulling you off of the racetrack and forfeiting your experience, and you will be removed from the race car immediately. No second chances. Be sure to capture the memory of your incredible experience today with a photo package and in-car video. The photo package is a perfect memento to hang on your wall for bragging rights, and the in-car video will let you relive your exhilarating experience over and over again, every time you watch it. If you haven't already purchased a photo or video, be sure to get them before you drive. You can do this at the trailer located on pit road, but it must be done before you drive. Both the video and photo package will be ready for you to take home today after your experience.
Once you're done with your experience, don't forget to check out. You'll need to take off your racing suit. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't keep it and wear it to work on Monday. Go to the trailer located on pit road and return your racing suit. There, you will pick up your driver's license and graduate certificate. Please, don't drive home without your driver's license. While checking out, this is your time to get any merchandise you may want to take home. And if you got the in-car video, a team member will test it for you so you can see it before you take it for bragging rights. Finally, the moment you have all been waiting for. Are y'all ready to get out of here and start your on-track experience? I bet you are. After this video, you'll walk over to pit road and meet your crew chief. If you have any questions about anything, please let us know. We will have a Q&A session, and if you still don't get it, pull the crew chief aside and we'll go over it with you until you fully understand. Our goal for you is to have a safe and exciting experience of a lifetime at NASCAR Racing Experience. So let's get started. Everyone, please be sure to gather your belongings, tie your shoes, zip up your racing suit, and go out to pit road where you'll meet your crew chief and get ready for your on-track experience.
You guys, this was awesome. You better get with it.
Thank you for sharing your opportunity of a lifetime with us. Have a fun, safe experience, and we look forward to having you return.